Hey, this is Rose. It is May 23rd, 11:30 p.m. May is now Erythromelalgia month, trying to raise more awareness. And I am in my tiny makeshift kitchen. My mother, I can't, okay, that hurts, okay. I am in my tiny makeshift kitchen. My mother went on a mission to get me a small fridge for down here when I had the worst case of chilblains I ever had on my dominant hand. It was completely swollen and bursting open. My knuckles were balloons and they was just exploding. So it was even more debilitated by the pain than usual. I literally couldn't move my hand from the fan for a single second. And of course it was my dominant hand, I just couldn't do anything, so my mother found a little fridge to fit in this hallway, goes to the garage, that goes to the basement where I spend most of my time because it's the coldest and most set up for me. Nowhere else is set up for me. But unfortunately, bending, like squatting and bending over particularly, is really painful. And it is low to the ground, but I really needed it though. At least I can do squats to build my butt. But I usually just do it really quickly. But right now, the left side of my face, particularly my cheek and forehead, is burning. And this finger is painfully numb. That is Renaud's. Until it's a white. This is stark white right here. So, but I wanted to show you some of the weird coping mechanisms I've gained. Often I will take individually wrapped cheese slices because they're cold but super flexible and not too cold, because you can't use ice, or you have to try not to use ice because it is too harsh and causes even more damage, causes even more pain. And we don't need any more pain. Plus, having Renaud's, it's very painful. Like, the extreme cold is very painful as well. But, I will just use the individually wrapped cheese slice on my burning parts. It warms up rather quickly, but it's nice, super brief relief, and that's all we have really, super brief relief, if anything. I'll use that. It's nice for on the eyelids too. So how flexible it is. Other than that, I also very often use a milk jug. It's kind of hard for me to touch right now because cold pain in my hands, but it works a lot better if it's fuller, of course. It's there easily. I'll rub milk jugs on my face and ear and arms, whatever is burning at the time. Of course, it diminishes as you drink it, the coldness, so I should really save one of these and put water in it. I don't have a lot of them, but I should do that. I also have, of course, water bottle type things many more years ago. Freeze or refrigerate water bottles to then like roll their feet on or whatever is burning. So this gets particularly cold, which is awesome for when my hands are burning, but when they're not, it's hard to touch. And then, for a while, I figured out that these little frozen cocktail things, they stay cold for a very long time because alcohol is like that. And so I used to, it was not refrigerated or in the freezer, but it is a little cold, which is nice, but not too cold. But for a while, since there is kind of like an ice pack, but I would just wait until it wasn't actually frozen, but still very cold, like melted, but still very cold, and use it as a pillow, basically. I would sleep on it, but one day, I woke up and it had exploded. So I woke up with thick red alcohol juice stuff all over my bed. So I didn't do that anymore. That was unfortunate, but it's also hard because it's so hard to find the right balance to where it's cold and cold enough but not too cold. It's very, very hard to find that balance. It's pretty handy just for how long it stays cold. I haven't used it for a long time. I used to have a different fan here in my makeshift kitchen that was so not good enough. There was no fan for when I was looking in my fridge. Now we have one of the best fans ever, a Tornado that actually has 4 speeds, which is very rare to find. Usually it's 1 to 3. I mean, I wish there was like a 6-speed fan. That would be very helpful, but they don't make those. But I have that in here now. Let's see. 4-speed Tornado and Mr. Fan. That's better. It sucks though, because it was like I don't want to bring a stand fan when I used to go over to friends' houses. I used to do that. Because it's a lot harder for me to haul around, but you never know if someone's going to have something to set your fan on and to be at the right level. With this is like one of the best fans ever, but I wish I could just put it a little bit lower, because it seemed like it would often be where it's one of the best fans for circulating all around, but really I need more, but like just go a little lower. That kept being a thing where it's not quite the strongest part wasn't where I needed it to be whenever I would go out. And it's always takes so long and very hard. The garage is so hot, and just like lugging things around took so much out of me. It's so much harder, and then I know I'm going somewhere that's going to guaranteed to be super extra painful, and I'm already in so much pain just in my one controlled environment, my home. So it's hard, and it induces anxiety because you're walking into pain, into more pain. It's hard to imagine. I don't know, it used to be more worth it, I guess, but it's so hard. Oh, I also, this is our good ice pack. It sprung a leak. It seems like the good ones always spring a leak. We'll try not to use ice packs. Try to, if anything, more like cold packs. Not too severe, but it's, again, so hard to find the right balance. And to balance the cold pain with the hot pain, the burning pain. But the burning pain is worse, but having both makes it super extra difficult to do anything. It's even like I can't cook at all. I can't use oven or stove and just like the being on my feet and stuff to make anything. I just can't. These days I mostly eat raw, but even that, it's like I mostly eat broccoli and peas, like sugar snap peas and snow peas, but those are also cold. It's hard for me to even touch lettuce sometimes, like lettuce and peas from the fridge, because my Renaud's cold pain. So it's like if I have the cold pain, I might just snack on some nuts or seeds, and if my hands are burning, then I can touch the vegetables in the fridge and do that, but it's very difficult, very limiting. And my legs are going numb and tingly. Very, very tingly. Just went a little lower. That was the mat. I also used to use Capri Suns a lot, actually, but they do have sharp edges more. Some of the fluid back in there. Cheese. Fresh cheese. There you have it, folks. Some weird things I must do to get by. I actually years and years ago when it wasn't quite as bad, but still horrible, I would just keep like glass jars, like glass mason jars that we use as cups next to me in the basement, and just rub the cups, like nothing in them, just rub the cups. Like they got hot fairly quickly, but it's just a little bit of relief. It wasn't too harsh, and I didn't have to keep refrigerated. It's definitely even harder if you're somewhere you can't be, like somewhere without access to electricity and without access to fridge. It's funny, I was on the first floor the other day, and I got to stick my head in the freezer, which I hadn't done in a long time. My little fridge freezer thing here, it doesn't doesn't emit any cold, which is what I call the opposite of warmth, cold. But it doesn't emit any cold air like the big one upstairs does sometimes, but it doesn't even do that all the time. Like it has to, like, maybe if you hold it open for a while, it'll kick in, and then you can actually feel the cold air, and it feels so nice, but at the same time, it really sucks because as soon as I pull my face out of the freezer, it feels so much hotter than it already did, and you're already burning up, and then because of the temperature difference, it makes it even worse to a degree, and transitions are just horrible. I've talked about that before, like going from anywhere to anywhere with the temperature difference. It's very difficult, and things might finally finally might start that beginning. That doesn't make sense right now. Getting hot outside, and the garage is always even hotter, and I do have the remote starter now, luckily, but I just about never go anywhere now, so great. And kind of sucks because I need the AC year round, even though if it's cold and the windshield is freezing, I still have to have the AC on my face, except for when I absolutely have to defrost it. So I have to do that constantly back and forth, which is very difficult. But also, like for the remote starter to work, I would have to leave the heat blasting during winter. I would have to leave it, I would have to turn it on blasting before I leave, so that it could actually warm it up before I go into it in winter, which is not very practical. But I don't know. Yes, man. Alright, well, probably gonna do another one of these at some point that's shorter, because I think it's a nice little awareness thing. A little bit of humor with cheese on my face. But, yeah, if you ever see someone being weird with rubbing cold things on their face, you might be one of us. Definitely, when I used to manage to go grocery shopping, I definitely loved the frozen aisles and just sticking my face in those big freezers. Sometimes I would see the big like ice freezer thing they have at stores, and I want to just crawl inside and chill. But a socially unaccepted thing to do. Alright. See you later.